Now, there are around 20 Master Thatchers in Hampshire, with thatching being a traditional skill passed down through the ages. And for one family firm, it's a skill that's survived through their generations. Our reporter Shan Robins caught up with them in Lyndhurst to find out more.
Mike Bartlett is a master thatcher whose inner business has run in the family since the late 1800s, and he's delighted that he now gets to work with two of his sons, Alex and Sam.
Originally my dad's great-granddad did it, and then my dad picked it up. He's been doing it for over 30 years now, and me and my younger brother have sort of followed in his footsteps, really.
Sam was inspired from watching him work as a little boy.
Everybody likes to see what their dad does, and you know, there's nothing more exciting than, you know, going up ladders, climbing scaffolding, you know, as a boy. And yeah, I've just enjoyed it and decided to stick with it ever since then, really.
It takes around 3.5 to 4 weeks to thatch the average property, and they can be hundreds of years old.
We strip one layer off and thatch one layer back on, starting from the very bottom, maybe amending the timber work, lead work, and then yeah, just, you know, we rethatch it, ridge it, and then put wire netting on it, galvanised wire netting. A roof is made up of layers, and we have a waistcoat, which is a thatch underneath, and then the top coat, which is the bit that we put on that you see. So we always take one off and put one back on. But sometimes the waistcoat tends to deteriorate over time. It can be heather and all sorts of material. Generally whatever was grown locally at the time, and can be hundreds of years old, and it can be, you know, 6 courses deep or 6 layers deep. So there's always quite a bit of history when you start to dig and have a look around.
But it's not just cottages steeped in history that are thatched, as the family also get called on for new homes too.
In my dad's career, I mean, he's been doing it over 30 years. He's done over 200 brand new builds, which is different in the way that we thatch it, so that it's done with one layer in water reed, which is a different material to what we're using today on this property. This one's a wheat roof, so the duration of the thatch doesn't last quite as long, but the new build's a single coat, fireboarded, fountain battened, so yeah, quite different.
At the front of the cottage, Mike has made a start on the ridge at the top.
You put the skirt on first, and that's all fixed down with hazel spars, which are all hand cut and whittled. And then we put a snap over the top of that, which is 2 handfuls of reed with the ears crossed over, lead over the knee, snapped, lead over the roof, and then that's all sparred down with lattice work, which most people might have seen if they've travelled around, you know, and seen a few cottages, as the crisscrosses that go all the way across. Once that's on, that holds it down nice and tight, and then it allows us to cut a pattern in the roof.
This is Shan Robins for That's Solent.